Okay, class, this is your video for Thursday, September 7th. This is all about solving equations. However, yesterday you learned a trick. You learned a trick called Nsolve. Remember, if you're ever absent, you do need to go back and watch that video first, and then come back and watch the video for that day, okay? This is the equation solver, which is in the calculator. It is the calculator trick. So, things to remember about the equation solver in your calculator. It is called Nsolve. You get there by pressing the little buttons menu and 3 and 1 all in a row. It's like a cheat code. Once you press the menu 3, 1, it pops up with Nsolve in your calculator. It does it for you. Okay, so and then it has parentheses. So you would have the parentheses, you would have your little equation, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end, it's super important to say comma X or comma whatever letter you have as your equation or as your variable right here at the end. Remember that if you are not working with an X, if you're working with a Y, you change all the things to a Y, you're good. And then comma Y. So let's try these equations in our calculator. You might recognize these equations. You already technically solved these equations before, but we're going to use our calculator trick just to make sure we were right, or to just kind of practice using our calculator trick. So I have my stuff on from the last video. Let's try this one. First, our cheat code is menu 3, 1. We type 4x, literally the X from the keyboard, plus 6x plus 3, and then equals 33. I type it exactly the same as I would have typed it, or as I read it. Okay, so then at the very end, before I press enter, if you press enter without anything, it's going to give you an error. If you ever get an error, it's because you did something wrong. Okay, inside the parentheses, you have to say comma X. Inside the parentheses, like that. If you do it on the outside, it'll give you an error. So you have to do it on the inside. Comma X, the answer is 3. Let's try this one while I'm on this side. So menu 3, 1. This time I have 3y, using a different letter, minus 8, equals 13 minus 4y. I knew both of these were minus signs because they're separated by 2 numbers. Okay, you read this as 3y minus 8, then 13 minus 4y. You don't say it with a negative word, with the word negative, you say it with minus. So that's how you type it in the calculator, with a minus sign. Negatives would have come in front of the number that is not in between 2 numbers. So it could have been way up here, a negative sign. Or it could have been right here in front of the 13, kind of the start to this side of the equation, okay? Before I press enter, I press comma Y, and the answer is also 3. I solved this without too much work. All right, moving on. We have another equation over here. I'm going to say menu 3, 1. I'm going to type 4x plus 24 equals 6x. Before I press enter, I press comma X, and I get 12. If you want to go with me through the calculator, you can, because you will be doing Nsolve practice in a little bit. All right, last one. This is a little bit longer. Just to be clear, I see some minus signs here. There are no negative signs on this one. A negative would have popped out in front, remember? So we have 4x minus 2 minus 3x equals 6x plus 10. That's exactly how I write it. In my calculator is how I read it. So menu 3, 1, 4x minus 2 minus 3x equals symbol, which is right here. It's not the enter. All right, 6x plus 10, comma x. Negative 2.4.